Oh, wait. It's daytime?
How'd you even get a chance to take a breath when you're talking so much?
I stopped breathing the first time I saw you, fiendling.
1:58 p.m. How does that make any sense? It was just night a second ago. Alright, let me save. It doesn't take that long to travel here. Okay. I don't know. Somehow I get the impression as soon as we arrive in the upper ward, it's going to be night again. Whatever.
If you need to
Oh
go
no, it's
somewhere
10 a.m.
strong,
now.
don't let us keep you.
I have a name, you know.
I have several names for you. None of them fit for polite company.
Nice. Alright. Well, anyway, so we'll just carry on. I guess we skipped a day. Somehow, travel times are a little bit silly. But whatever. Harmonium Officer. This large red armored figure is standing in place, carefully watching passers-by. You dimly recall that his ornate armor marks him as an officer of the Harmonium, one who provides law enforcement for the city. It just says move along. Questions? Though most of his attention is still directed at passers-by, he takes a moment to look you in the eyes. Nothing for you here. Move along. Alright. We have no reason to really pick a fight. And I don't think he's the kind of person we'd want to ask about the Night Hag.
I'm gone.
So we'll just keep looking around here. Clerk Sports Citizen. Sir, where's the... Okay. So we're looking for the Civic Festel, which is over there. There's this big building here, which is the Brothel of Slaking Intellectual Lusts. And Jolmy's messenger.
Right.
Who?
We need to set up Kip now.
Alright, let's talk to him first. This slender young man approaches you wearing a somewhat worried expression. 1,000 pardons, sir, but I'm looking for a certain man, and I think you might be able to help me. How so? I seek a man who said cannot die, a scarred man, for whom death is nothing but the most trivial of annoyances. You match the admittedly vague description I was given, sir, and then I wondered if you were he. Just who wants to know? I'm in the hire of a wealthy noblewoman, Jolmy Sirma, sir. Then I guess I'm the man you're looking for. Let's play along. He nods, then bows to you deeply. A message for you, then, sir. Mistress Jolmy of the House Sirma, a lady of high standing, has sent me. Mistress Jolmy would like to meet you in the Civic Festal, where she would make you a proposal, of which I know nothing. To you, should you choose to seek her out, she wears green silks trimmed with gold and has hair the color of blue steel. That is the extent of my message, sir. Farewell. Okay.
Updated my journal.
I must rest. Alright, well, guess that's not too surprising, seeing as we've been apparently
Done.
Running around all night. Okay. Fall from grace. Before you is a stunning golden-haired woman dressed in an azure and violet dress. With two long, elegant wings draped across her shoulders, she is surveying the room with a slight smile. She is easily the most beautiful woman you have ever seen. Greetings.
Well met, traveler. How may I help you?
Oh, she's got her own voice. She takes your measure and nods slightly. You notice her eyes are azure, the exact same color as her dress. Well met, traveler. She reaches up to brush back a stray lock of golden hair. How may I help you?
Updated my journal.
I'm called Fall from Grace. You are new to Sigil, are you not? Excuse me. Yes, I am. No, Fall from Grace. That's an interesting name. I'll say, yes, I am. Yeah, we'll pretend we're new. She smiles slightly. Not as much as you might think. You carry yourself quite well. Alright, what is this place? This is the brothel of slaking intellectual lusts. She studies you for a moment. I take it by your question that you did not intend to partake this establishment? What kind of brothel is this? I established this brothel to give those lustful fevers that strike the mind more avenues of expression rather than simply carnal. Much pleasure can be had in conversation and engaging in verbal acts with others. Mortis says sounds dull. I assure you, it is not. Tour the brothel, see for yourselves. So this is a brothel where there's no intercourse. I have to ask, why did you establish such a place? I may do that. We'll ask this first one. Only of a psychological nature. Rest assured, it can be quite stimulating. So why did you establish this place? Fall from Grace raises an eyebrow. That is an odd question, she frowns. I don't think anyone has ever asked me that. At least directly. So why did you? She replies, part of the answer to your question requires that you know that I am a member of the Society of Sensation. Our faction believes that one should experience as much of the multiverse as possible. And that is why you established this place. She replies, this brothel is intended to slake the lusts of even the hardened intellectual. It is designed to stimulate the mind, to heighten one's awareness of themselves and others, and to create new ways of experiencing another person. It is for those who seek something more than the shallow physical pleasures that fill the hive and lower wards. Okay, so this establishment just encourages intellectual fencing rather than, the other kind of fencing. The women here must be special indeed. The women here are aspiring sensates. They have come to me in search of instruction to prepare themselves to enter the faction. Also, many of them have a natural grasp of language that can shatter the crust of the most hardened individual. So they are ladies in training, so to speak. Yes, I hope that by learning the art of language and its subtleties, that the patrons and the students here may learn more about themselves. One is limited, only as limited as their command at the language. To be able to employ the language to evoke emotions in others is a tremendous skill. Alright. Have you ever heard of a night hag named Ravel? I am familiar with the name. She pauses and thinks. Rumors cluster thickly about that name, and most tend to discount her as a myth. But I suspect she did exist, and she made quite an impression in the cage during her stay here. Why do you ask? I seek her out. Truly, I find myself compelled to ask why. I need information that she has. She asks, is this information available from no one else? Well, there's only really one answer. I suspect that only Ravel possesses the knowledge I seek.
My journal.
Grace rests her hand lightly on your arm. Consider this. If Ravel does indeed exist, then she is extremely powerful and cunning. If a fraction of the stories of her activities are true, then she is a creature that has discovered new meanings of evil. To search for her is not a quest to be undertaken lightly. Alright, do you know anything else about her? She was said to be one of the hags of the Grey Waste, and that she was believed to possess powers and a cunning far beyond those of her sisters. She came to Sigil long ago. In addition to the evils she committed during her stay, rumor has it that her actions threatened the cage itself. Now she is primarily existing only as a fiction, a figure in children's stories. I imagine that the Lady of Pain dealt with her as all threats to Sigil are dealt with.
Updated
How's
my
that?
journal.
Ravel was most likely sent to a maze, one of the lady's prisons. Here, well, we know that. What was this about the Grey Waste? Alright, well,
Updated
tell me
my
about the
journal.
mazes. I think we already know this. This lady is said to have the power to take the pieces of Sigil You watch in surprise as a ghostly image of Grace's finger pulls itself from the hand and floats in the air, curling into a small circle, and make a maze. Go on. And the ghostly circle floats in air, then begins slowly rotating. The piece of sigil she takes holds the prisoner. There's no escaping being mazed. It can happen at any time. While walking down the street, through a door. She claps her hands. And then you are somewhere else. Inside the ghostly circle, you can suddenly see a flicker of movement, like someone walking inside. Go on. The tiny ghost maze reflected in her eyes. Okay. She continues, it is said there is a portal that leads out of each maze, but they are difficult to find. Perhaps they are left in there to keep prisoners' hope. Perhaps they are left in there to torture the prisoner. The ghostly maze dissolves. Perhaps it is both. Alright, can you tell me about this plane that she's from, the Grey Waste? A blighted plane that lies effectively between Baator and the Abyss. It is frequently a battleground in a blood war. Alright, is there anyone else who might know about her? Someone in the Festal may know more of her. Alright, some other questions. What are those wings on your back? She's of the Fiends, one of the succubi she is. She'll take your measure, then she'll take your soul to the lower planes. So she will. Okay, that's Anna saying that. Your companion is correct. I'm a lesser Tenari, more specifically a succubus. She gives a soft sigh. I'm afraid we're a little too common in the lower planes and elsewhere for our own good. Most of my race spend their time seducing mortals with their various pleasures of the flesh. And you?
Updated my journal.
I'd like to think that I've distanced myself from that. It's ultimately a trivial and non-productive way for one to spend one's time here in the multiverse. There's much more to life, wouldn't you agree? Perhaps so. We could ask her if she'd like to join us on our travels. But that's a little bit direct. I think we've already heard about the sensates. Yeah, came here looking for help. Ooh, okay. What kind of help are you looking for? I seem to have lost my memories. In so doing, I've lost myself. She might be able to help us, actually. I've been stricken with amnesia. She looks pained. How terrible. Do you have any idea how it happened? Yeah, well, there's only really one answer to continue this conversation, which I think her character wants to do. I think he's actually quite intrigued by her. Not really. At least not that I can remember. I woke up on a slab in the mortuary, and everything before that is black. You woke in the mortuary? I think that Dustman mistook me for being dead, or I was dead, or something. All I know is that I regenerate wounds quickly. I could be immortal, but I don't even know that for sure. She replies, those scars on your body. May I touch them? Okay. Well, it's not exactly what she said, but anyway. Sure. She drags her finger across your chest lightly, tracing the edges of your scars, following the curves where they blend into some of your tattoos. She seems fascinated. The scars do look like they would have taken several lifetimes to accumulate. I certainly do, though some are more recent. Some of those wounds would have been fatal to a normal man. She taps her chin, thinking, what do you intend to do now? Alright, I need to get my memories back. I think we know that. We're not going to say I don't know. I don't intend to do that. That's not true either. Yeah, so only the first answer seems to have any promise. I need to keep get my memories back and my life back. I intend to scour the plains and search inside myself until I can piece together who I am and what brought me to this state. She's still thinking, her finger tapping on her chin. I must say, I've never met a man who lost himself in a literal sense. Forgive me, but your condition is intriguing. Well, I'm glad you think so. That's actually pretty much in character. Yeah, this one's very philosophical. I think this is more of a gonna be his response It's a little bit, I mean, I think the Nameless One is used to getting comments like that, but I think he's taken a bit aback after the rest of the conversation, which has intrigued him, but this is a little bit, yeah. I've offended you with my words. She bows her head. I give my apology, if you will have it. Apology accepted. If it will help, you are welcome to tour the brothel. Several of our students are well versed in the verbal arts. Perhaps some of them will be able to rekindle your memories.
Updated my journal.
Okay, we'll try that. Well, would you like to join me on my travels? Who's this okay, Anna's saying, who's to say she'll be coming with us? We don't only need the legs of hers, so's we don't. Bar that, fiendling. Mort clicks his teeth together. I'm all for the succubus coming with us. The powers know you're about as fun as passing a caltrop through your bowels. You'd best latch that bone box skull, or I'll rattle you so hard that they'll be picking your teeth off the spire. Travel with you? She smiles slightly. That's rather forward of you. I can withdraw this request. Yeah, you're a sensei. Surely there must be a limit to how much you can learn here. I think you would be surprised. If you want me to accompany you, I need a far more compelling reason than that. You mean you wouldn't be interested in traveling with an immortal amnesiac who's searching the plains for himself? Oh, I would be extremely interested. Such a suggestion is intriguing. Make no mistake about that. Then, would you like to travel with me, then? Alright, there's something you must do for me. There are 10 students in this establishment. I'd like you to speak to all of them, then return to me with your thoughts. Then we shall see if we shall travel together or not. Alright.
Updated my journal.
Let's...
I'm gone.
We want to talk to them anyway, so let's do this.